Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the GA and Gym podcast. Today I'm joined by a special guest. We have Tyrone senior footballer, multiple medal winner and winner of the Section Cup with St Mary's, Conal McCann. Good to have you on.
Good to be here.
We watched the match yesterday.
Yeah, I was watching it. Unreal game to watch. I think the end was very exciting and maybe a bit surprised at the outcome. But given the circumstances and being a man doing it, the draw probably was a fair result. I don't think either team deserved to lose.
And you also played against Dublin a couple of games ago. What did you make of Dublin? Like, were they kind of as good as people are making out, physically and tactically, or what was your thoughts after that?
Well, when we played them, obviously we didn't have probably all the best players playing. But I think if you just look at that game yesterday, man down for 35 minutes, carrying the ball, they turned them over 3 times and got it back again, and worked to score. Like, you have to give them serious credit for their resilience and know-how, because the shoe is not a foot now. Keeping the ball, chances are the other team probably would have got it back. In terms of, as you say, physical condition and stuff, I'd say there probably isn't much difference, but I think there were some unbelievably coached players in really good condition and set up
were they, did you feel it was different to any other team you played that year when you played Dublin, like the physicality and all, or were they just maybe a level above most of the other teams you played?
Well, most teams have good physicality, good strength, good fitness. They're all sort of on a level par. I just feel that Dublin's the way they play the percentages really well. They kick it away. You rarely see them in the pot shot, things like that. I think just their game management is what sets them apart from the other teams.
They were impressive yesterday. I think as well, as you said, the fact that they were a man down and still were able to claw back, and really looked like they were really get that point back at the end when they probably should have been beat. I thought Kerry were impressive too, though.
They were to be honest, I didn't see that coming. And a few of my friends were similar. They were saying, "Oh, Dublin's going to win well," and I thought the same, just purely for the fact that their forward lines. Who do you stop for Dublin's forward line? But they did well on Conal McCann, did well on Mannion. And that's from Dublin, obviously have loads of different players to put out, but Kerry have a good forward line. Obviously Geaney, Clifford, O'Brien, and then they took 2 players off the bench. I think Spillane and Walsh had a really good impact. So it's basically down to the 2 forward lines, I think, that decide the game.
I really did. I think Kerry really probably outplayed themselves yesterday, but you kind of wondered, will they be able to do it again? Will Dublin just be able to counteract everything now in the next 2 weeks? But it'll be interesting to see. He's obviously played Kerry a couple of weeks ago. What did you make of that game? Where it seemed like a game you probably should have won.
It's probably, looking back now, it's annoying you didn't win that game because there wasn't much in it, and you can see how close Kerry get to Dublin. So it's just difficult. They probably had a bit more hunger. Maybe some of their players haven't played in the Ireland final, whereas last year Tyrone got to the final and maybe just thought, alright, we deserve to be here. But just the goal in that game was a big factor. I think whoever got the goal was going to win, and unfortunately for us, they got the goal, and every time we got a point, they seem to get a point. So it is disappointing because to get back there again, it's a long way. It's 9 or 10 months of hard training to get to the Super 8s and then win 2 or 3 games to get through to get to that spot again. So that's probably the most disappointing thing, that you had a good chance to get there, and obviously you don't have that now, and it's back to the club season. And it's a tough grade.
What did you make of the Super 8s? Do you think it was a good thing, a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing in terms of you get good games. If you look at the other group, which is Kerry, Donegal and Mayo, and even Meath, there was say 4 or 5 really good games in terms of they were class to watch, they were tight.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, if you look at Tyrone's group, Dublin more or less walked it, and then the other games were tit for tat sort of thing. So I do see the pros and I do see the cons. It's probably good that the fact that the champions, the provincial champions, don't in the old style. If they lost quarter final, they were out. Whereas now they sort of can lose a game and still win. That's probably a good thing about it. And then obviously the likes of the getting out of good games in Croke Park, where there's like 20,000 people in it, 20,000 people in it. Maybe they could maybe look at that and put it in a provincial ground, like say packed Old Clones, would be unreal for a game. Fans will go in the Clones, players will play in the Clones. So there's a few things to probably look at for the future, like. But
I think there's definitely a lot of positive and negatives, but I thought from like a spectator's point of view, you had a lot of games and there was a lot of games you'd go and watch, whereas maybe in the years before you didn't get that there. So as a spectator, I thought it was good. But it's interesting hearing that kind of opinion on it. But do you think it'll stay for the next couple of years, or?
I think it probably will stay in terms of the whole money aspect and things like that.
Yesterday was another big.
They're loving it.
Another big money racket for them next day.
Like it's €90 for a ticket or something like that.
It's crazy, like.
If you're taking a family, you know, if you're a parent that has a wife and 2 or 3 children, like it's costing €400 to €500, like, you know, that's
not if you're staying down and you're
exactly. That's, you know, it's mad too. You know that it's an amateur sport, and think about it this way: every player, every person at that game is getting paid, bar the players. Yes, you know what I mean? Like people working there, the refs, physios, and all the money involved, and the players are getting nothing. You know, I just feel that it's mad. Like
it is mental. I was at your game against who was it just were playing?
Cork, I think maybe it's
Cork.
Yes.
Cork, and we were sitting beside an American chap, and he was asking us all about it, and he was like, "How much do them boys get paid? When are they going to get paid?" He's like, "We don't get paid. Like they're the ones playing." We're like, "I don't know. It's a bit mental. Like it's a weird thing. I don't know if it's now that GA is maybe clinging to that it is amateur and they don't want to change it.
Yes.
But I don't know. Like I don't know if you ever watched that thing. It was on Netflix called Jerusalem. It's about that English rugby team.
Yes, that's it.
I never realised until I watched that rugby was amateur up until that point.
Yes.
And there was a whole big debate about it, and it would ruin the game, and this would happen, that would happen. But in actual fact, since it's happened, the game's probably exploded and probably done so much better for it. Like
exactly, yeah.
I don't know how you go about the ins and outs of making it sort of more professional, semi-professional, but it's a weird thing that so much money can be made and not put back into the players.
Yeah, like I know some players, you know, from my own county, they put football on work.
Yeah.
They don't work purely for the fact is they want to give everything to the county, you know, and then in other counties as well, people are probably getting handy gigs to get them paid and stuff like that. So that's probably one good thing about it. But you know, what's to say about a player from another county, let's say Division 4 county, what are they getting? You know, they're making the same sacrifice probably as what a top team is making, just because they're in the worst division, they're not getting recognised for it. Like, so it is difficult. Like I just think the whole money thing is just, it's mad. Like
you do sometimes, like even at club level, you do question, you know, how much time is it worth putting into this here, like, because it is supposed to be something you enjoy, but at the same point you sacrifice so much of your life for it, like.
Exactly. And
like I think back to, like, I never wanted to go. Probably should have went and played football in America at some stage. You probably should have went and done like a 2 year study abroad. But you're like, I can't play much football. Like, what did I really get out of that whole?
I know, but then at the same time, the grass has always been on the other side.
Well,
if you were away, it's going to be back because if I'm similar to you, I didn't go to America. Probably had one chance. I was under 21, and I stayed for under 21. Championship because my dad was manager and it was my last year. You know, looking back now, I was thinking, why did I not go? But I think you always want what you can't have is a big thing about it. Like, when you're not training, you're thinking, when's training coming on? I miss it so much, you know what I mean? So, it is difficult, but you're still young, you still have time to do these things.
I think it's just trying to find that balance with football. But it's funny you said about the grass screener, because like we had a big massive 12-week break in the middle of our league there, and like whenever the break's coming, you're buzzing for it because you can go away and you're on holiday here, you can take it easy, and then come in you're like, really not a game now. You know, it's a weird one, but I think it's finding the balance with it, and I think probably at that county level it's trying to get a wee bit more reward, because I don't think most club players maybe have an idea of how much time he's put into it at that top level. Like, I'll be interested to see if anything happens with that over the next couple of years.
Yeah, it will be, definitely.
In terms of that kind of work as you're putting in, I think you put up like an Instagram post last year, and there's 44 weeks, 85 pit sessions and 40 gym sessions. Would that be kind of similar to what you've done this year? Like?
Yeah, well, the only reason why I have any figures is because before we played on the January, the coach, he said, "Boys, you should train this many times this year." When you see it like that, you think, "Oh, like, God, that's a lot." Like, but I suppose 2 trainings a week plus one gym session for 40 whatever weeks it was. But that's the as it works out like that. But something similar this year, yeah. But that's that's why we chose this.
Yeah.
To play at this level, you know.
So it's required.
So yeah, and to be honest, I like the routine of it.
So what would be like a normal training week for you?
Well, it sort of depends on where you are in the season. I know that when we were playing 5 weeks in a row, the qualifiers, I think we had 5 weeks in a row we played every Saturday. So the schedule that week was Monday we met and do a gym session, and we'd like video. I think we were off Tuesday, Wednesday, like a pitch session, and then we were off Thursday, and then we trained Friday, and we were away Saturday.
Yeah.
Away Friday night, sorry. And then game Saturday, and home Saturday night. And then, for example, if we didn't play, you might go do something on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Topic of runs or a gym session, or even for the club game, you might go play it.
Yeah.
And then probably on the Tuesday, Thursday, you might go do shooting or a gym session. Like, so it's more or less 5 to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Depending on if you wanted to take a rest or not, you can take that day. So that was probably the most hectic schedule of the year, because we're playing week on week.
Yeah.
And because you didn't know you were playing until maybe the Monday morning.
Yeah.
You'll be that night to do like a video on them and video on your own games. So that was pretty hectic, like, but it's class because you know you're playing games, so week on week your training isn't that hard, you know, you're not training that hard, you're just working maybe tactically and things like that. So it's pretty good, like, compared to maybe, you know, a off-season and pre-season where you're going training and you're dreading because you know it's going to be
tough.
Hard, like.
Yeah.
But no, I would say that the inter-county player doesn't do that much difference from a club player.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just maybe the communal gym session, because I know in our club, especially a lot of club players go to gym maybe twice a week themselves anyway. So there's not much difference, I feel.
I would say, in terms of the amount of time probably spent, the amount of time is probably the same, but it's just what's being done with the time, I'd say, is a big difference.
Possibly, you're right.
You know, I'd say a lot of club sessions probably just aren't up to scratch, like, just because of just maybe it's local coaches and stuff. Whereas when you're at that top level, I'm sure everything is organised to the minute, and you have your video analysis, you know, you're probably spending every minute so much more effectively, like.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, you're probably right. Our sessions would only be an hour usually, like, but it would obviously be sharp and, you know, not much rest in between things, and then video work would be pretty sharp as well. But the same as you say, club, like, I think it's just the time management thing.
Yeah.
Use your time more effectively, and travel's a big thing in inter-county as well. It's probably not as bad for me. I'm only about 15 minutes from July, but some players have to travel like an hour.
Really?
So you think an hour there, you're there probably an hour before training to get a run or stretch and things like that. Then an hour training, and then shower, food, and then an hour home. You know, it takes around 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
And that maybe 2 or 3 times a week. It does add up. And they're trying to factor in, you know, job, girlfriend, family. You know, that's probably the thing that club players don't see.
Yeah.
they're probably doing as much training, but they don't see that them sort of sacrifices that they make.
Yeah.
It's probably the main difference between club and county that I would say.
Yeah, and like whenever you're back playing at club level, do you find there is, like, obviously there's a difference in the standard, but is it as much as people would think, or you know what's the main differences between the two?
Probably say standard of players. Like, no disrespect to the top players, but you've got reserve players there, maybe young players, and then come up against an inter-county level, you're playing against the best players. Tyrone and one of the top counties in Ireland. So that would be a big thing. I also think, like, in terms of fitness and conditioning, say if you're doing runs, training, you know, everyone's flying, everyone's really fit. If you wanted to win a run, say, you know, you're bussing, whereas at club, there's a few boys, that train really hard, but you could go through a club session without expending that much energy if you wanted to. I'm not saying that that's what I do,
I know,
but I'm saying that
the standard just in terms of fitness and skill level is just that little bit higher, like.
Yeah, but look, I love going back to play for a club. I just love being with all your friends, and obviously it's different management, it's different sort of training. You know, I just love the change more or less, you know. And then obviously if you're not playing as much for Tyrone, you sort of like go back to club where you know you're going to be playing and you're getting a good buzz because you're contributing and players are chatting to your other players and things like that. I just love that part of it.
I'm sure as well, like whenever you're playing, when you spend so much time with Tyrone, there's probably times that you just get a wee bit tired of it, so it's nice going back to the club and refreshing, and then you can go back out and for Tyrone. Like if you're doing all the one, then you probably lose a bit of motivation after a while. Like
exactly,
that change.
I just, you know, I love playing with Tyrone because of the friends you meet. You know, my friends for life because of it, and because maybe I'm trained maybe in say a month. You know, I haven't spoke to some of my friends. Name a few, like just to share them, like Conal McCann, Conal McCann, boys like that, you know what I mean? Whereas you see them for 10 months of the year, 3 times a week. You know, you spend all your time with them, and then when that goes, but the same again, you go back to your friends you've lived your whole life with, you know, and you spend all your time with them, and that's good as well. So usually change is nice from personnel to personnel. Obviously your best friends. Both.
You have a lot of friends now, basically.
I say that's probably the best thing about getting I think the friends that you make. There's friends that you made from minor, under 21s, university, county teams, and you know.
You would never make it if you were playing.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I just love that aspect of it.
Definitely. I think that's the thing. If you can find, I'm sure if you could find, you know, that balance between, obviously there's the seriousness of it, but when you can pick an enjoyment out of that too, it makes it so much easier to be willing to do the 44 weeks and maybe 5 pit sessions like that.
You enjoy being around the people because, you know, that's saying it's like surround yourself with people on the same path as you. Like you're playing with people that obviously want to do the best for this county or this club, so. It's good to surround yourself with people.
Definitely. Did you do much in terms of like diet and nutrition, Tyrone? Did you have like you sent meals or you sent diet plans, or was it just taking?
Well, there's a nutritionist in the team, Sarah Conway, I think. Cable mentioned her last week. She was there for anyone who wanted to. So I think we're up under the start of the year. Sent the learners a seminar for maybe like an hour, just on the basics. Then if you wanted extra guidance or you wanted to find out, you know, your own specific goal in relation to nutrition, you can get in contact with her. And then throughout the year, she'd be sending, you know, like for the weekends away what you should be eating and things like that. So there's not really such a diet plan, but just there's no
guidance and
it's there if you need it.
And what's your usual kind of pre-game meal?
Well, it's probably differs from county to club because obviously when we're away with Tyrone, we're away for a weekend. So nutrition it's some of the like were treated like norms, to be fair. Like the food was really good.
It's class.
But it's all sent through by her, so I think the morning of the game, it's like porridge, pancakes, peanut butter, honey. Yeah. And then some people might take like scrambled eggs, beans and bagels and things like that, but personally I would just take porridge.
Yeah.
And then we get burritos before the game, which is fast. Pretty good obviously, which is like rice, chicken, peppers, and then sometimes they have like cheese and sour cream or whatever. But, and then a coffee or water, Monster, whatever you like.
Yeah.
Mostly burritos, and then I would try and take that in now and sort of mirror that when I'm going back to club. I'll try and eat a burrito or something before a game because it's what I've known, it's what's worked for me in the past. Like, so
that was clearly Boojum and influence you like St Mary's a few times then.
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously being away from Belfast now, it's you can get burritos as much like, but weekends out class. You get two like just before a game just to
feel up.
Yeah, I'm not getting on away like.
I was like before a game because I always go to town on the sweets. It's like you keep cleaning the whole weekend and the game comes, just go to town on a couple of bags of sweets. Like,
yeah, give you a bit of energy.
A wee bit of energy, yeah. And then sometimes you just because you're a bit of a goody bastard, like a little bit more food. But that's porridge would sort of be my go-to, maybe 3 or 4 hours out if you're playing in the morning. But I think it is important if you're a club player, you try and stick to these things, you know, and try different things out because I think people, you know, maybe see things on Instagram and you fucking try it like loads of different meals, but you need to figure out what works for you and what agrees with you, and then and stick with that there. Like
a lot of it too is that we all eat at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I don't really agree with because some players, like I like eating probably closer to the game. I probably like to eat maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours before, whereas we were told to eat 3 hours before the game.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the game,
and you're feeling
hungry, like a lot of team feel a bit hungry. So that's maybe one thing that I would maybe change.
Yeah.
Not all players have the same preference on time when they like to eat. You know what I mean?
I think it's difficult finding that balance too because like I would usually eat 3 or 4 hours out, but you also have that wee in between stage where you're like getting pretty hungry here, day and all that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you eat and then you regret it when you're playing, and other times you're like, I wish I had it some. But I think that comes through with experience and knowing like when you want to eat and when you don't want to eat. But it takes time to probably figure that out. Like, obviously there must have been a lot of competition within the squad this year. Like, is it? I know that's one of the things we chat about Dublin and why they're so successful. Is they have massive competition within the squad. Clearly, there must have been a lot of that in Tyrone too. Like,
yeah, there is. I think for people not training that often, like even getting 26 is a bit of a struggle for some players, and I haven't been on it at a time, and it is difficult. But there's 30 to 35 players that want to play the Tyrone, and only 15 people in 26 can talk out. So obviously, someone's going to have to miss out, but I think it all goes down to training.
Yeah.
If you train well and you're doing well in like in-house matches and you're running well in runs, you probably get noticed, and then you get your chance. You have to do well to put on your jersey, like, you know. And I know in the past I haven't got chances, and looking back now, I probably thought, geez, I should have done more with what time that I was getting, you know. So I think that's a big thing. If you get a chance, do well, there's no reason to say why you can't keep playing, if you know what I mean. Whereas if you get the chance and you do well, you say, alright, you had your chance, so now let's go. So that's probably the biggest thing about the competition. You say Dublin's the same, like they are such more game all the time, probably because they're dying to get minutes.
You sort of think with Dublin too, you never think they'll be complacent. Maybe yesterday was kind of changed that, but they have so many players that are willing to come in and can change a game that are just as good, you know. Whereas like there's other counties, maybe Derry, maybe other counties around Ulster that they have a 15 that are really good. The other boys maybe just aren't at that level, and there might be competition, but it's a big difference when you have boys that are really want to get on, but they're also just as good as the boys that are on. Like that's probably why yourselves and Dublin are so successful. Like, because you have that 26-man squad that everybody really has a good shout playing. Like, within the team, is it a lot of it could be a lot of big leaders in the team that are influencing players, or is it really the whole team together is kind of leading the thing? You know, or is there anything, main boys in the team that you would think is that you look up to and are leading this sort of thing, like from within?
Yeah, well, obviously Manny's captain and he's really good captain.
Yeah.
To play under, a lot of the work that he does off the pitch as a captain was really good, like, and he obviously is a massive leader, both on and off the pitch, like, and people probably don't see the work that a captain or a leader does off the pitch, on the training pitch, you know, in the tactics room, that he work things like that. So
what sort of stuff would he be doing, like, you know, off the pitch?
just teams and things like that, you know, and he's a good captain, you know. I've only probably played under maybe Sean Cameron was the other captain that played under, like, and probably didn't do as much as what Matty has been doing. Like, I don't really want to go into the details of what he's been doing because
I know, I get what you mean.
but I just feel like he's a really good captain to play under.
Yeah.
Like,
leads by example too, clearly on the pitch as well. Like,
he does everything he can to be the best player he can be, you know, that sort of way. Like, I think then other players, maybe been not talking, just doing stuff on the pitch and training really hard and dragging people on through training and things like that. But everyone is weird. Like, everyone's sort of a leader at some stage through the year.
It takes ownership, like.
There's always people pulling each other on, like, just because, you know, it doesn't matter the age or experience. The youngest player in the team can be as influential.
Everyone's on the same level, like.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing too, especially say a club. Like, if there was a younger lad spoke up and said something, everyone would probably turn around and like, who's this lad, like, sort of thing. But I think you need to have everybody at the same level and everybody taking ownership of the thing for it to work, like.
I think you're right. I think the best teams do that. Like, the players have a lot of ownership, like, you know, they take on a lot of the mantle and do a lot of things outside of what management are doing or what management are saying. They're doing a lot of other stuff themselves, and all the best teams probably do it at some stage, like.
One of the things I was interested in asking, like, I was at the semi-final was in Hull 16 and it was Dublin versus Mayo and it was packed and the noise was crazy, like, and anytime we go to Croke Park and hear the noise, I always wonder, as a player down there, do you zone it out or do you hear everything? You know, what's it like when you're actually down there on the pitch?
It's mad the first time that you actually play in Croke Park. You can't hear someone on the pitch standing, say, 10 metres away.
Really?
If there was a big roar come up, like, I remember one time playing against Armagh, I think it was actually 2017. Whatever happened, there was like a turnover and there was a big roar, and I just remember thinking, I can't hear one person around me saying, and that wasn't even fully packed. But now you physically can't hear teammates shout and stuff, like, and even people don't realise in the warm-up, when you're trying to, like, do a warm-up on the pitch before, like, you can't hear a coach shouting and telling you what to do.
Really?
You only maybe be standing 20 metres away from me.
And like, how do you deal with, like if you're in one of them games, and even like also championship draw big crowds, when there's so many people around, how do you deal with the pressure of that, or do you just try and zone out of it? You know, like, how do you deal with that, like?
It is weird. I think when you're on the actual pitch, it's just like another game. There's a big crowd and all that there, but it's no different than playing a league game with 100 people at it. In terms of when you're on the actual pitch, there's a louder noise and things like that. One thing probably about it is momentum. And when there's a big crowd, like, say if someone scored a goal, the crowd lifts, like, against your team. And then if they win the kick out, then they raise again, and that gives the team momentum, you know. So it's probably the biggest thing about playing under a big crowd, like, especially Dublin, maybe in the Hull. If they score or they score in the Hull, like, when you're trying to kick out and win the kick out and they're all pressing up, I would say that'd be really difficult.
It's tough, like,
to play against.
Is that the always dream to play in Croke Park?
Yeah, I think any player starts playing football to play there one day. And I remember the first game there was like 2015 we Dublin in the league, and like, I was wondering driving in, am I going to get on or not? And I got on, and it was it was good. We ended up drawing with them, and I was just buzzing to being able to play there. And then any time like a new player comes onto the panel now, I was saying, "Oh, wait till you get in here! Like it's the best buzz you can have." I remember driving in, I think it was 2015 semi-final. It was my first season on the panel in Kerry. And I always remember back and tell people this, like, it's the best buzz I've ever had in my life. Driving in, crowd going mad, like I seen players out the window I played club with, you know, when they say they were the same age as me, and they're like on the rip fall and out the window, and I just thinking, this is something else.
It's class.
That's probably the best buzz that I've ever had, you know, but didn't have any game, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is unreal, like.
It's probably something you can't appreciate until you experience that, like. Do you still, like, whenever you're walking into Croke Park, do you still get that same buzz, or after a while does it turn into just another stadium, like?
You do get the same buzz, like. I would say maybe for teams like Dublin are there every week.
Yeah.
But when you're playing with Tyrone, you may play Dublin once in the week, maybe there, and then the next time you may play there might be the Super 8, so the Ireland quarter final.
Yeah.
So there's a right wee stretch from it. But it's the best. I think some of the change rooms, the drive in.
Even like walking into the stands, like, and looking at the pitch, it's like this is class, like. So it must be, even when you walk out and you get to go out onto the pitch itself and you see everything, you know, I doubt even for if you're playing there every year, you still probably get a massive buzz every time you go out on it, like.
It's where you want to be playing, you know what I mean? And I think when you're on the pitch, people don't realise, if you're in Croke Park and you're sitting in the stand, there's so many different viewpoints, and the pitch looks so different from where you're sitting. When you're on the pitch, like, it looks so weird. You know, the nets it doesn't seem that big because the stands are closed down around you, like. But it is a weird. It's a weird buzz, like, but it's the one that you want to chase up to your whole life, like, you know what I mean?
Definitely. Must be good as well. Obviously, your brother Tyrone's on the team. Is that been good playing with him in those big days as well? Like,
yeah, it's obviously good having a brother there to guide you along. You know, when I first came on the panel, and he was able to tell me, you know, just guide me through it. You know, going to training and things like that, and then now we have a younger player from our club, Matty Burnham, there, and I'm sort of doing that to him. I'm sort of guiding him along. You know, it's good having someone, you know, there to help you along, and then obviously you're going to the games and stuff, your parents there, and someone's playing, like, that's always good as well, and you get twice the amount of tickets, which is good as well.
It's a win.
It works out for us because we've like 4 in our family, like, so it ends up we get the right lot of tickets from the problem that way, which is good.
But it's nice probably sharing those kind of experiences with your family. Like.
Definitely, it's when it's a low, like, you know, bad times.
It's a house you don't want to be in, like.
It is, but it's good that, like, it's always been me probably going to T-Mac, like, to comfort him, and then when we win, we're both together, like. But I think, you know, like, he had a couple of bad days with Tyrone in terms of, like, whatever, excited me and all, like, and then I've been there from a few times, then other times maybe I haven't, and he's given out to me about it, like. So I think that's a good thing about it, having someone there that you really care about and they really care about you, that you can go to, like, because
and understand what's happening as well.
Yeah, like. Because I know the sacrifices that he makes, you know, and he knows what he makes. Everyone makes, you know, but it is definitely good having a brother there, like, because give you a second opinion on things as well. Say if you feel like you're doing well or you're not doing well, or what you can improve on, you can maybe say, here, you're training like you weren't good at it, or
an honest opinion on it.
That's probably a good thing about him as well. Like, and similar for me to him, like I say, you know, maybe you need to do this or do that. So it is really good having someone there, like.
Definitely. Find Tyrone over the years, you're a team that does get a lot of hate, like, particularly Brawley would be taking his, and I don't know if it's maybe the way that the systems in terms of, like, defensive stuff, it seems like Tyrone always seem to get, even in the media as well, a lot of hate. Is that something, like, whenever you hear that as a team, is it completely ignored, or is it used, you know, to kind of motivate you?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Like, I just feel that everyone's out to get Tyrone. Like, some people say, I don't know if I agree with it or not, like, but it's interesting you say that, being a dairyman. You know, that some people may use it as motivation. As a team, I don't think look into it that much, like, because if you look at say that game yesterday. There's times that both teams are down behind the ball. Although we may be doing man to man or something like that, if you look, everyone's behind the ball, but nothing's been said about it. And then if a Tyrone player does something, there seems to be like everyone's out to get them, whereas there's been loads of other incidents throughout the year. Even there was stuff yesterday going about Twitter and stuff about players. If that were someone from Tyrone,
it would be a bigger deal. Like.
I don't know why that is.
It's a weird one, like, but I think you definitely see it. Like, I don't think it's probably justified, but it does seem like maybe it's just easy targets now at this point because it's been built up for so long. But I think it's definitely, there's some teams can get away with a lot and other teams that can't. Like, I think there's one of them teams, like the water bottle incident is a good one.
Yeah.
Like we were chatting about beforehand, like that was probably just the most random occurrence of events where someone left the water bottle and all these ideas started happening.
Exactly.
Like, I find it hard to believe if had to be the Dublin coach, doubt there would have been the same kind of shit that went on. Like,
I don't know, probably, like, I don't know where that came from, like, but I think anyone that believes that, like's a bit weird, I think, you know.
That's a bit mental, like.
Something like that would happen, it's a big idea, but people believe, you know, stuff was put in the WhatsApp group in the past, like, people believe what they see, you know what I mean? But
perception is reality, like.
Exactly.
But it's interesting that like things now can just go like wildfire too. You know, something as simple as that. Something that's like, obviously nothing probably happened there, but it can be blown out of proportion. So
exactly, and then it goes, once it goes Twitter, Instagram,
it's fact in people's minds.
It spreads, as you say, like, and it can be dangerous too, like people making accusations of people and then going on Twitter, Instagram, because at the end of the day, they're not a person, like, you know, it's different if it's a professional soccer player that's getting paid 100,000 a week to get the news because they're laughing, but these people
have their businesses,
jobs, partners, family, you know, and it is difficult, you know, if you find, I know that I found brother getting abuse. It can be difficult, like, and that's only me being a brother. What would it be like for the person we're actually talking about? You know what I mean? So social media, I think, can be very dangerous. Like, I'm not on Twitter or Facebook, and I think it's sometimes you can send stuff from Twitter. And like, why do you send me that? That's the reason why I'm not on it. I don't want to see people giving out or giving a hate to you.
I think the thing is too, people, especially on social media like Instagram and stuff, don't understand what they're sending, don't understand that there's people that they send a message to, or it's like I put up Instagram Q&As and 95% of the time you get 95% of the time you get normal questions, thankfully, but 5% of the time you get someone like just being a prick basically, or saying something, you're like, do you understand that there's someone else at the other end of this, or example where a player gets abused for something in the game, like they have to go back to work more, or maybe they have a business that depends on what their reputation is like, but people just don't think before they send things, because it's they're just looking at the player and they're looking at their social media account. It's acceptable to do that,
but then a lot of the time too is they don't know the person's behind it.
You
know what I mean? They don't know that maybe that person is a nice person, that they just did one thing wrong, and then we'll just judge them in this one act rather than. You know what I mean?
I think especially with Gaelic too, most people that play, you're not going to be, it's more than likely you're going to be a bad person when you're on the pitch, in terms of like you'll play hard and there might be shit goes on in the game, and it's just what happens in Gaelic in sport. But people can be completely different outside of it, like.
Exactly.
I've known in games where maybe you're wrestling with someone and then the next day you meet up with them and you're chatting and like nothing happened.
Exactly.
But again, people think, just because, like we played a game this year and there was a bit of like kind of fighting going on in it, and afterwards I was getting like these boys, like 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds from the club, were like sending me messages like, you're this, you're that. Like, I don't fucking know, like, but because it's easy to do it, it's like,
it's because it's faceless. Sometimes it's faceless too. Like, you can make it fake. Right to someone thinking. When I did that before, people were writing to me under like fake accounts. Really hateful stuff sometimes. Like, and you do see it.
Yeah.
You know, you might have Instagram or whatever, and then a message pops up and you just find it because it's there, and then the next thing you read it, and you're like, Jesus, somebody's giving me pure hate here. And then I think one time I wrote back saying, like, alright, you know, I got down my address and says, you know, I live for someone. The person didn't respond, like, you know, probably it was some young person just trying to.
Big stupid, just.
Yeah, whereas then if I seen them out in the street, they're the first person saying hello to you, like, you know, pure loving chatting, so.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's weird to see how, like, you can. I think now as well, it's so much easier to talk to players, and you know, it's easy to do that. Whereas years before, that wasn't a thing. I don't know if you can really deal with that either, but it's a dodgy kind of thing, and people are just getting really too brave, I think. Maybe don't understand if there's other people there.
Definitely.
What's it been like playing under Mickey Hart? Obviously, probably one of, if not the most famous managers in Gaelic. What's it been like playing with him? You know, is it? I kind of get the sense it's kind of similar style to Jim Gavin. That seems to be very cool, like on the side of the pitch. Has everything well organised in the backroom. You know, is that kind of the sense it is too?
Yeah, similar. He's obviously on the pitch. He doesn't seem that animated.
Yeah.
Probably because he's been there that long and he knows how to know the game, like. But yeah, he obviously took me in. Like, I'm grateful for him for that. I've been on the squad for 5 years when he was managing it. So I think it's just getting used to what he does. You know, what way he works things and what way to try and show him and stuff like that. So that's probably the biggest thing about it, you know, trying to show him that you're good enough for that you're ready to play, like, because sometimes when you're not playing you feel like maybe I'm not good enough or maybe I'm not at this level, and then you go out and train and you play really well and you're like, right, actually I am, and now it's going to improve that sort of way. That's the big thing in training, just really trying to prove to him that you're ready to go that weekend or the next couple of weekends.
Yeah. And then is like Peter Donnelly obviously recently left. What's his influence been like in the team over the past couple of years? Because by all accounts, everyone on the team really seemed to enjoy him there. Has he been the big hand in training and everything then over the past while?
Yeah, like Pete actually landed the exact same time that I landed, so every time I've been there, he's been there, you know what I mean? And it'd be weird to go back now and him not being there. But I wouldn't be the player that I am today if it weren't for him. Physically, you know, I'm in better shape, fitter and faster, can move better, and then, you know, it's just, I do owe him a lot, if you know what I mean, because probably wasn't that clued in on the S&C sort of side, and then he brought it to a new level. But in terms of training, like, he would take most of the training, like he would take the warm up and then he would do sort of the running blocks, he'd take a few drills and then some shooting things like that as well, and then maybe Gavin down would come in and take another part, and Stephen Reid would come in and take another part, so it was more or less split up, that they'd all have sort of a wee role to play in training. With Pete's main man in terms of on the pitch, any runs would be down to him, and there'd be obviously science behind it, like it wouldn't just be like out here going to run. He'd be working throughout the week to try and get the perfect load and know what we've done and things like that. Obviously in the gym he sets up all the gym sessions and takes them as well, like, so he's a massive role to play.
Clearly though, like you can see, because I think physically you are probably, like, definitely within Ulster you seem to be a step above most of the other teams there, like, conditioning wise and even physically you definitely seem to be that wee step above, and it's clearly down to that work he's been doing, like. Yeah,
well, I do feel like other counties they're probably doing something similar. But Pete's been there for 5 years, and a lot of the players have been there for 4 or 5 years, you know, doing, like, imagine you've been an intercounty player 5 seasons of S&C, like, every week, like, you want to be in really good shape, you want to be really fit.
Definitely.
You know, so I think that's a big role to play in it. You know, we've been on the road for about 4 or 5 years, and that's why some of the players probably are so good this year, fit, fast.
Definitely. Disappointing matches he's obviously, looks like he's lost them now, like the Ulster. it'll be hard for any other coach coming in, do you think, now, like, to replicate that, the work he's done?
Yeah, well, obviously it's a massive loss, as you say, and it's all some players know.
Yeah.
You know, some players have come in just when he came in and been only there since he's been there, so they don't know anything different, and it'll be weird going to training.
Yeah.
And Pete not there to take you through the runs or whatever, you know, that's going to be probably the weirdest aspect. But even off the pitch, like, he's a good person to chat to. You know, he's good around the dressing room. He's good. He knows football. He knows other players in other counties.
Yeah.
You know, he's
been there and done that too. Like,
exactly. Like, you respect him because he literally won everything there's doing. Yeah. His own senior championships. He's won all Irelands. He's won second cups.
Yeah.
He's literally won everything that he's won. So he'll be hard to replace, like, definitely.
Yeah, but the show goes on, doesn't it?
Exactly.
I think one of the most impressive things that you've been involved with was St Mary's on Sigerson. With like 850 students, only 200 were lads.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing a small percentage of that were actually able to play Gaelic. But yeah, just were able to beat UCD in the final, who probably are in the thousands for the amount of people.
I think there's 26,000 students.
That's crazy, like.
But obviously you're having and then play football, but
it's still going to be a lot more than 200 lads of St Mary's. Like,
exactly.
How did you go about winning that there? Like,
to be honest, when I was there was good teams every year, and I played for 4 years because I had went to Queen's for a year first, so I played when I was in first year, and every year we had a good team. And the first year I think we beat DAT. Game we should have won. You know, it's that sort of game that we've got to come out here with a win. And it was another sorry story. And then the next year we went back again, and I think DCU beat us after extra time, and we were winning the whole game. Yeah. Another sorry story. Next year we played Jordanstown, I think, and we got beat again. And every year it just felt like we had a really good team. We could have done something this year. And then the year we won it, like, it's like Leicester won the Champions League, or won the Premier League. Like, in my eyes, just the teams that we beat KMG, like, we had Damien Homer playing for Michael Daly, we had loads of county players, and we beat them. It was down in Geneva, like, and we came out, I think it was a point or two we won by it. And then we played DCU down there, like, we had loads of county players, and Enda Smith, Jeremy O'Connor, like, and we'd never won there before. Yeah. And we ended up winning after extra time, and we think we were maybe 4 points down going into the last minute. And I think McShane or Ashley Green might have scored a goal, and Cal McShane scored the equaliser, and then we got to the weekend, which was like, beating them was massive. Because obviously when you go think about Sigerson, you think DCU, UCD, probably Jordanstown, big names. And then we went to the weekend then, and it was probably bittersweet for you because Kelly Tower had booked a training weekend / celebration for winning the senior championship, which was on that weekend, so I wasn't able to go. When we sort of beat DCU, I was sort of half happy, half sad, because I knew we were going to go with Kelly Tower. Then we played Cork down in Mayo, and it was mad because we gave them 2 goals. Just basically started 6-0 up. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of it, like, it was mad. You basically see the goal, and the keeper, Rito, like, he was trying to get the ball away quick. He threw it down to kick it out, and kicked it straight to their man, and kicked it into the net. So we basically started 6-0 down. And I ended up getting black carded, and so did Kieran McGeary, and then we come back and beat them by like a point or two. And then we were right, I was right. We beat these 2 big teams, and the next day we were playing UCD. We had a ridiculous team, like Fitzsimons, Caffrey, Mannion, Conal McCarthy, Jack Barry, like, they had loads of county men. But like, you think of McCaffrey being there, like, and Fitzsimons and Mannion, who played on like maybe 3 All-Irelands previous to that. It was mad. And then in that game as well, I don't know if you know, we started 6-0 down and conceded 2 goals in the first 2 minutes.
Bad start for you.
Chatting all weekend about right, we'll not give them not let them see 2 goals to start again, and we ended up doing that. Like, and I remember thinking at the time, like, oh, I can't believe this happened again. You know, we clawed it back, and I think at half time we went from we were 2 goals to nothing down. At the half time, maybe it was 2-1 they had. So what, 7, maybe 9. So we clawed it back, and then we just stayed ahead, like, and like, it was mad. I just physically can't explain. Like, it was like surreal.
It was a crazy result, like, and I don't think probably anybody had given you a hope of winning the two. Like, it was and seriously impressive. Like, I'd say it probably maybe wasn't. I don't like at the time it probably was, but it's probably as impressive a Sigerson win as it maybe has ever been. Like, taking all things into consideration.
Yeah, like
the teams were playing, the players
were against the players we had. We did a really good team.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tyrone players. Like, and there's yourself, Shane, Myler,
McGeary, and then like,
there was lots of other probably.
Yeah, like there's let's say from Antrim, who's like ended up being on the rail for Antrim. Like recently, Conal McCann, who played in the final.
Yeah.
Ocean O'Neill, Aaron McKay, Armagh seniors, like, and then.
He's had a lot of other boys that weren't at that county level but really stepped up, like.
Yeah, just it's weird when you go to like Sigerson level, you sort of have this meditated mindset that all these players are class, they're all scholarships and they're all county players. And all. And then you have like a run-of-the-mill player that's a club player, maybe played under 21s that really wants to win, like, and that's better than a player that just wants to turn up, because I feel like UCD thought. Just
they had players,
like,
and I think that's they see from training with Jordanstown. I think that's one of the big things that you know, when you have a setup where players are brought in with the intention of playing football, and I think it's not a good mindset, like, and it's not really a team, which I think maybe a lot of the big schools probably didn't have, but these clearly did have.
Yes.
Where you're all in for the one thing, and it's not just like I'm here because I'm getting paid to be here, basically.
Yeah, like I know that everybody in St Mary's like pays their way, like, there's no scholarships, there's no grants or whatever, like, and I think the manager Tally said that after, you know, that's the biggest achievement, because hard enough being a student playing in your county and then, you know, really not getting any money or nothing for it, and then you see these other colleges that, like, I know some of my friends would get it like literally an envelope, like, you know, to play, which is mad.
I've heard, like, I heard of some stories of some of the big players over at Jordanstown, and like there was a lot of stuff given out, and then I'm sure that goes on throughout all the schools as well. I had wondered, I don't know if you know anything about this, but I had wondered, like, why are the schools so like
hell-bent on trying to
and someone had told me one time, I don't know if this is like a complete lie, but there's a lot of gambling goes on in these games, that like with big businesses and stuff.
Right. I've never heard that before, but I know what you mean in terms of it's similar to the sort of summer in America sort of thing. Why do people pay so much money to get all these players?
It's like, what's the return like?
Yeah, what do you get out of it? Like, they're just happy that their team you know, would they get that satisfaction? I know what you're saying. I don't know, to be honest.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's a complete lie, but I always question, like, you know, when you hear what some of the players are getting, and there's, like, I've heard some big figures, you wonder, like, what's the return on that?
Like, why are people paying their money?
You know, where do you see that back, or I don't know.
I always wondered that as well. Like, I don't actually know, but my friend Sparky there, he's in America, he's back this week, so we'll get chatting and ask him.
Find out.
Yeah, he's really good fortune, like, so
it's interesting. You're teaching then. What kind of led you down the path of teaching, or what did you
both my parents are teachers, like, probably seeing their lifestyle. My dad played for Tyrone, played for Tyrone.
Won an All-Ireland hurling medal or something like that, wasn't it? All-Ireland student.
He's doing research.
I
think he's the oldest player to ever win a Tyrone Senior Championship.
Really?
39, yeah. Came on in the final in 2003.
Do you have hurling at Killy Club?
We do, but I don't think...
You never played much?
I played a wee bit, like. But just some of it, my dad there, he actually was wearing manias, like, so
was it?
I have to give him a shout out, like 39 wearing manias.
Hey man, those stuff, like.
Oh, he does.
Too bad I didn't still have them.
I think he still has them at the house, but
they're done.
They're done, like.
Retro carpet in eBay.
But like, probably teaching, just seeing their lifestyle, and then probably just thinking, you know, decent decent life.
Yeah.
Pays good, good holidays.
Good to play football.
Good to play football. Like, it's just a good balanced life.
Yeah.
And just I think my personality suits it. Like, you know, I'm sort of laid back.
Yeah.
But I can chat to young people. I think I can do well with young people. I think I've got a good personality, right personality for that sort of way.
And you think it's something that down the line, like you're chatting for, do you think that's something you want to go into more, or are you still kind of in between what you want to do at the moment? Like?
Yeah, I think, you know, sort of questioning it sometimes because, you know, obviously I'm a sub, going from school to school, you know, really permanent place. And that can be difficult going to, you know, different school week in, week out, trying to meet new faces, trying to meet new people, trying to meet a different system. So over the summer I've just sort of been looking maybe something different in the future, like whether that be complete different career or maybe something on the side. I don't know, just something more, what's the word, like permanent and secure, stable, that sort of thing. But it is really good for football, like, you know, got 2 weeks at Christmas, 2 weeks at Easter, 2 weeks in the summer, and a week at Halloween. Like, that's perfect, like finish at 3:30.
It's not too bad. Like, I think it's just like one of my cousins is in teaching, and he came back here from London, and I think he was applying for jobs, and there was like three jobs for the position or the department he wanted in, like in the whole of the north. Which is crazy, you know. So it must be tough trying to get something that is secure, like.
It is. There's not many permanent jobs now that go out, like. And I don't know if I want to be permanent in the sense that I don't want to be stuck there for the rest of my life. You know, that sort of way. So there's not many jobs. Plus, if you got the job, who's to say it's the right one for you? You might enjoy the location, you might enjoy the people, you might like the staff. You know, so I don't like that idea of being tied down. That much.
Is travelling something you kind of thinking about doing over the next wee while, or you've been in Australia last year, start of the year?
I think it's just sort of ticking off the list, you know, to say that you went from it, and now that you look back and say, right, I liked it, that's off the list now, I'll focus on something else. But then again, you obviously see people in Australia and America, and you see like really good life looks. You probably don't see the downsides of it, like, but the money that you potentially get, like, you wonder sometimes why you're here. You know, but I think, as I said earlier, the grass is always greener. You always want the other side, like.
It's weird because, like, I think you think that's it's exactly right. Like, you think it's better over there, and then maybe you go over there and you're working like a dog every day, and maybe the money wasn't as good as you thought, and you're paying more money to live in the places, and it's hard to know, like, but you maybe never know until you try as well to live these things. But I do agree, you can make things seem like they're really, really good, but it can be a different story.
Like social media is a big thing for that as well. Like, people look like they're having an unreal time wherever they are, but then you don't see you going to work at 4 or 5 in the morning, doing a 12-hour shift, like, or something like that. You know, that's probably the big thing that I noticed about Australia when I went, that you do work hard, like, you have long hours. Yes, there's loads of stuff to do,
but it's not as handy as it's maybe made out to be.
That's exactly it.
And then, like, your own kind of intentions, like, you hoping to play for Tyrone for another couple of years, or are you kind of in that same mindset with work, like see what sort of happens over the next few while?
I think, as you said, you always want to sample maybe something, and that's always in the back of your mind. And then on the other side of it is when you were 10 years old, what did you want to do when you were older? You want to play for Tyrone. So why would you sort of give up that chance to play at that level for as long as you can, while you can? Like, I think my brother there, he always says, people ask him about work and stuff, he says, I'm going to play the top level for as long as I can. Whether that be not working as much, living away, he just sacrificed everything for that. And you know, you sort of always, your mind's always changing. Say if you don't get on, or you don't get much game time in the season, you think, right, I don't know what to do here, and then you might go out and have a good club season, and then the next thing you're rated again, you know, that sort of way. So going into every year as an independent player, it is difficult, like, because like, obviously Tyrone getting beaten in the semi-final this year, like, you always feel that you could maybe win it. and that's always in the back of your mind. Like, imagine
missed out on
I
that.
left and missed out. It's very hard to know. Like, I'd hope to play for as long as I can, but then again, if you're not playing that regularly,
it's hard to stay motivated at it. Like.
It is when you've been there for 5 seasons. Like my
Yeah.
friend O'Neill there, he was on the squad for 8 seasons. Like that's a long time when you think about the amount of
It's a lot of
training.
sacrifice.
It is, you know, and he's been there since he was 19. And
people probably don't. Like, I'm sure whenever he left Panel this year, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, people probably were like, what are you leaving for? But you probably don't understand how much he's had to sacrifice and miss out on over the past number of years.
Exactly, and even my best friend, like, and I was chatting about everything, like, and it's just hard year after year to keep going back and keep trying to say I want to prove myself. I want to get game time this year, and then you don't get picked, and then that plays in your mind, and then 12 players maybe going out saying we need you back, and it all adds up, like, and it was a difficult spot to get in, like, but although he seems really happy with his decision, like, and he'll probably try and come back in the future. But you know, I think when we were playing Kerry, you know, he was in the crowd. You know, he just was like, oh, I wish I was there.
Yeah, it's a rough part about it. Like, I'm sure there's, like, for him, there's probably pros and cons to it. Like, but I'm sure he's probably got enough time to think about that decision.
It's probably been ruined, you know, in terms of he probably thought this for a few years, in terms of might leave or might not, and then like he could be captain of Bournemouth or whatever now. Like, so he's probably happy with the decision. Tyrone didn't even learn him. He probably is happy with that in terms of he didn't miss out.
Yeah.
Wants Tyrone to do well, obviously. Like,
I know what you mean.
You know, he's probably relieved at the fact that he didn't miss out and Tyrone learned him for years. Because I don't see the training you do, like the hard training that you do throughout the years.
And it's the same, like, you know, whenever you're playing games and you get beaten, you come off and you get abuse. People are very easy to sit on the sideline and tell you about what went wrong and what you're doing, but you find, you know, no one really understands what you've gone through unless it's the players on the pitch with you and see it for yourselves. Like, I have no idea how many hours and watches put into it, but it's very easy for me to make an opinion on it. Yeah. But really, that doesn't matter, like, because you're the ones that put the time into it, and it's a lot, like, it is professional. It's a professional job for us.
Yeah, a big thing about that as well is this what I don't really like, and I don't watch, like, you know, on TV and stuff. I don't watch any of that. I just don't like the whole whatever the agenda they have, and some players, some people, some teams.
Yeah.
But like, I can't take anyone that hasn't done it at this stage for this long serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's people writing whatever, like, not that I look at much, but people do send me stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't baldy, like, you haven't played at a high level for X amount of years. How do you possibly know, you know, about the ins and outs of it?
And what happens, like, people making opinions on it.
Exactly. Like, I listen to, say, for example, I'm trying to think of a big player, like, say, the players like Mudgey or Brendan Wigan, Peter Cameron, like, no bother, I listen to anything they say, they've done it at a high level for X amount of years. Then you want people chatting and you're just like, nobody, like, how would you possibly know
what goes on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's one thing about maybe the media and the big players. That annoys me a lot. Like,
definitely, and it's probably annoying too whenever you can't really do anything about it, and you know that. Like, I'm sure even, like, say when somebody maybe gets slated for a bad performance, but maybe that player's been given a certain direction on the pitch. Like, your job is to do this, it's different from your normal game, but then you listen at it and you're like, such and such wasn't on this game, they didn't play well, and you're sitting there going, like, I don't know what's going on.
Exactly, like, supposedly Brian Fenton was injured yesterday, so what it said, and they're raving about, like, Jack Barry doing really well, and I'm like, they don't know, like, obviously Dublin keep their mouths closed all the time. But like, there's rumours that he was injured. Like, people are probably going off and no, I didn't want to know. Like, whatever. Like, you don't know. Nobody knows what's going on.
No,
behind the scenes. Like, and it's the
same. You can give him a different task that day.
Yeah, he could have been sick all week. You know, I've seen that before. Players, you know, played maybe for Clonmore County, and you know, haven't trained for 2 weeks. They're just getting through to try and play, and then they play crap, and everyone's saying, "Oh, you're like, you don't know what that man's trying to do to get back to play," like, and he's playing.
It's very easy to make an opinion, like, but
That's like, I love playing inter-county or being part of a team. But like some of the stuff like that, it grinds my gears. Like I don't think many players watch or read papers or anything like that. It's just for like, this is for like fans.
Definitely. Unfortunately, it's just part of what comes with it at that level, isn't it? Right, to finish up, quick fire round. Got a couple of questions here. Rather run through the water bottle one, so we don't have to go over that again. What's your best GA moment?
Involving me or watching?
Yeah. Or well, whatever. Like, what's your best moments in particular?
I would say winning the Tyrone Senior Championship was the best feeling that I've had.
Yeah.
We got beaten in the final the year before. It was our first final in like something like 12 years. We got beaten in the final. Probably didn't perform.
Yeah.
Probably played the occasion. You know, we were just happy to be there, and then ended up getting beat.
Yeah.
Obviously, it took us a full year to get back, and it was just really satisfying to be beat. You know, Chile could beat us in the final, and then we won it. Played, I think, Arigal was on the more as well, and we played Conal McCann. We played. You know, it wasn't like an easy path to win it, and we won after a replay in which the first game was unreal. Like, we got a point last.
It was a real battle to get there.
It was, and then we ended up winning replay 26. We won like, and you know, it's probably good in that way that you were winning for like the last 5 minutes, and you were able to take that time and then the crane. You did it because it had hurt the year before, and then the grind for a full year.
Yeah.
To get back that spot, and we'd done it. Like it was the best thing.
You're doing it with your club players as well. Like is always good too. Like
exactly, and like, just feel like when you start off as your club player, you win senior championship, and I seen my dad win one, and then like just was unreal, like, and got beaten in the final since, you know, which has been not good either. Like, but I'd love to win maybe another one. It's just unreal for the whole community in terms of.
Definitely.
Inspire the youth and things like that as well. Like it's class.
Going opposite, what's the worst game at the moment?
Obviously getting beaten on in finals.
It
isn't great. Probably didn't hurt as much for me. I didn't play in the final. Like I played the quarter and the semi.
Yeah.
Didn't get on the final, which is a bit disappointing. Like obviously apart from that as well, losing 2 county finals, like it's. Tyrone is so hard to get there, and then to lose 2.
Yes.
And you look back in your career, you think, I had 2 good chances of winning another one. You know what I mean? And like the first one we lost, like, it was a tough time for me. Like I grew my hair out long and all. Really, like
you and I went in a hair growing competition.
He was happy me. Like the guy does. He just
imitates.
Like exactly. You know, that year was tough. Like I mean, didn't play for Tyrone much that year, and then back in the club, and like it was man possessed. You know, and probably was a good thing that we lost that in terms of the motivation for the next year.
It just wasn't nice losing on that.
It wasn't good, like, because we had lost the last kick of the game.
That's a good
We didn't know what way it was going to go, and then we lost, and it was, you know.
That's nearly worse than getting the hammer in, like, isn't it?
Because then when we lost last year, you know, we lost by 7 or something. You know, we for last.
You can kind of prepare yourself for it.
It's not good either way. Like it's not good losing, like, but that's life. You know, win or learn. That's what they say.
That's it. Best score you've ever taken?
Score? Who asked that? This is one of my friends.
No, it wasn't that.
I don't think of a score off the top of my head from play, but this free I scored last year. It was against Oma.
Right.
And it was actually, I could probably send it to my friends the other day because I was watching the game back. I was actually showing Neil O'Neill it last night because it was against Oma. So, on the more or less sideline on the 13, off the ground, into the wind, and it was pure piss and rain. It was 8-all, with about 10 minutes left. Like, so it was a really big kick.
Out of the hands or
off the deck. I couldn't do anything. It was the right side for, you know, a right footer.
Yes.
So I couldn't hit it in the hands because the wind was going inside. Couldn't hit the outside of it because it just would have blew back down the field. So I just had this off the ground and stitched it over like it was.
Popped it over? You have to send that one on.
I will definitely.
After a win, what's been the best? I would say what's the best drinking session, but you don't drink. What's been the best, like, partying after a session like most men will kind of.
Yeah, like that's why I play. Like when somebody asked me something, the best goals you can get is after with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we won the senior championship. Then 2 or 3 days was class was good. We played on Friday night.
Yeah.
It was a replay, so we were able to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we played Cargan like the week later.
Yeah.
And we won, like, so it was mad. Because we were on the run. The boys were on the run for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Like that was, to this day, like that Sunday was the best day of my life. And then we won the Sigerson. That Sunday was like the second best day of my life.
I would say, like, because I mean, at the time whenever you won it, going out, it was like, fuck's sake, I don't know, some Mary's ones that like won it, and like there's whole crowdies and stuff like.
It was just a Hatfield or something there.
Probably Hatfield and then Fly as well.
Fly, it was actually, what wasn't good about that was we were on teach practice at the time.
Alright.
So we had the Monday off, like the principal gave us the Monday off, but then we were back on like teaching on Tuesday, so I had like went out on Monday night and drove home. No, stayed and drove back the morning to teach the next morning, like 9 in the morning. No, like that was probably, it was good in a way that you go back to normality, but it was, you need to go mad, like that's why you play, because you put all the sacrifice in, you need to go mad for a few weeks, like.
Without a doubt. Toughest opponent you've marked or played against?
I always used to say this at club level was Conal McCann. Like probably when I started out playing, I was playing midfield, he was playing midfield, he was still playing from, I was still a club player, like young, like he was bossing the game, like so strong.
He was big, wasn't he? Like
he's a bull, like he still is, he's still playing, he's like 38, like he's, to be fair to him, like he's dedicated, like he's won 3 All-Irelands, like for, you know, for me growing up, he was like an idol sort of after thing.
Yeah.
So always used to say him at club level, like county level, obviously like Fenton, most of the Dublin team. I think it was Mark and James McCarthy one year, 2017, and playing midfield, and he was on me flipping through up, so between him and Fenton, like obviously they've got on to do.
Yeah.
I can't not say them player, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Final one. Best advice for any young players who are hoping to play county or just hoping to play a bit more Gaelic? Best advice for anyone that's younger listening?
You probably go against this, like, but I would always say skills. Like I feel like young players should be practicing both feet, like both hands. That's the most important skill in my age. Like that's when you practice it. You know what I mean? When you're young,
it's so much harder than I like.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You can always work on like, the strength and speed and stuff like that when you get to the correct age. But I just feel like skills, like you should always have a ball in your hand no matter what. Like if you're at the house, putting the ball against the wall, if your brother or sister or whatever, working on both sides, like, because if you only one footed, you know, the man can less mark one side. Whereas if you can do things with both hands and both feet, sure, the man doesn't know what you're going to do. You know what I mean?
Like you look at Clifford there yesterday, I think, I can't remember who it was he turned. I don't know if it was Fitzsimons or something like that there, but like he turned left, turned right, and then just had
he turned like 2 or 3 times.
But had the ability to hit it off both sides. But I would definitely 100% agree with you. Like I'm coming full circle on the whole strength thing. Like how important is it? I think it's important to a certain level, but if you can't do the basic skills, then it doesn't matter how much you can bench or squat or how fast you can sprint. Like, so yeah, basic skills are definitely a big one. Like, and then just staying consistent with it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like, you know, probably realising what you need to work on as well. Like I have a younger brother, like who's all left-footed, but he's been practicing. He broke his ankle, he's left foot, and he's kicking got flat with his right. So now his right foot's getting really good, like, and it's just sticking at it now.
It's consistency.
And like he probably realised that he needed to get better right foot, and he stuck at it.
Yeah.
And I feel like similar, every player can always get better. Like I'm still working on things.
Yeah.
Realising what you can work on and going to the pitch, going to the gym and doing that. Like I was out kicking with my friends Saturday night, 8 o'clock, just because I was like, right, you know, I missed a few shots in training that day. You know, I'll try and go out and rectify that. Like, so
there's always things you can work on. It's just, I think most people don't like to sit and think about what their points are. People like to think about two things, but that's probably the difference.
Yeah, but after a game, like I don't know what you do, like, but sometimes you can't sleep thinking of like the one thing you did wrong or like the one shot you missed, whereas like you probably did quality good things in the game. You know what I mean?
It's like something I'm getting better at now. Like over the past couple of years, especially when you're younger, and like football is such a big part of your life. Like when you come off and you might have, as you say, played really well, but that one kick pass or that one catch you missed, and you just play it over in your head and play it over and play it over. And I don't know if it's now because like my priorities probably shifted to work and the gym, and I'm slightly getting better at it. But it's a good thing, but it's also a bit of a curse too, like because it can mess your head up. Like.
Exactly. I know there's a few like techniques in the game. You know, like LeBron James does it. He like blows like, and that's like that's gone.
Yeah.
And there's people who do like elastic band or like a thing where they just like flick it, and that's like right. It's gone out of my head. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Like.
Yeah. I think there's something, isn't it, in that, have you ever read the book Legacy about All Blacks?
I think they slap their...
Something similar where
they slap their...
Or slap the ground or something.
Yes.
But if you can do something like that there, it's good, but it takes a lot of practice. Like, but, it's a blessing and a curse, but I think that's the thing.